They blanked them. I'm talking goose egg, nada, zip, zilch, zero. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks again for tuning in. It's Garfield Fan TV. I'm AGK, and we've got another exciting game to review. It was Garfield versus Ballard. This one did not disappoint in terms of how Garfield brought the energy from the very jump. I mean, tip-off. It was just in your face, full court press. It was deer in headlights pretty much the entire game for Ballard. All you need to know is things got really ugly in the second half. I don't know if this has been done yet, but Garfield blanked Ballard. They blanked him. I'm talking goose egg, nada, zip, zilch, zero. No points given up in the entire second half of a varsity boys basketball game in Metro League. That is what happened to Ballard High School when Garfield whooped that behind. I'm talking woodshed. Don't get a switch. Get the whole tree. Started off with Jamon Kemp's amazing defense. He is probably the defensive player of the year in Metro. The guy gets blocks. He plays the best player on each team every game. The kid is definitely a leader on this team. He's somebody who I've been watching for the last couple years, and it's great to see him assume that position of all-around beast, all-around baller. I see you, Raindrops. I see what you're doing. About 5,000 followers on Twitter. You know, getting mad love with these viral tip dunks, which we're going to be including some of those. Oh, yeah. We're going to be including some of those links. Don't you worry. I take care of you guys. We got all kinds of cool stuff to go over in this installment. So the Ballard-Garfield game was a total knockout of the park, home run, blowout. There's not a whole lot to talk about other than just the fact that, you know, Ballard didn't score a second half point. So what does that look like? It looks like a lot of turnovers, a lot of deflections, a lot of blocked shots. Garfield rebounded tonight. Yeah, I mean, when the team doesn't score, there's going to be a lot of rebounds to be had. When they weren't stealing the ball, which they did quite a bit of. It was really a team effort. It was led all around. You had Steady Eddie getting in the act early. He had some seriously mean dunks in this one to go along with an all-around good floor game as he normally does. Pierre Cockrell was super active in the passing lane, getting his hands on so many deflections, and he had a gang of steals. Again, he was everywhere. Jerron, he came through in a major way. I mean, it was his game. There was no one on the court who could even see him. I see you, J-Bro. J-Bro brought it. He's going to be attending St. John's University next year under Chris Mullen. Very shrewd move to get some of that small forward Hall of Fame tutelage. So it'll be great to see his career over there in the Big East in New York, Queens. So it was a great game for Garfield, a great game for them to build on. We always talk about them getting off to fast starts. This game was definitely that. They started hot, they stayed hot. The depth on this team is scary. Once again, it was just the game you kind of want to see. Anyway, enough about the Ballard game. So after Ballard, Garfield were in the Rancho Mirage Invitational, which is a pretty decent tournament in California. It takes place down there in the LA County area. Garfield's first opponent was a team called Valencia. They're 4-5 out of Santa Clarita, Los Angeles. That's in the valley, north part. I don't really know LA that well, but that's where it is. Garfield stomped them pretty good. 79-57. Again, I wasn't able to travel with the team and just giving you the shorthand. So that's a pretty dominant game. The next game they played was against Folsom. That's in the Sacramento area. Folsom team was really good coming into this. They were 10-1. So this is a team that is pretty highly rated. So this is the Rancho Mirage Invitational in Southern California. They won 61-53, which means it was a close game, and it looks like they probably, you know, had to go on a run. Again, there's not a lot of information on these games. They played Bellevue. Yes, they did play Bellevue in the Max Preps Invitational. They killed Bellevue, 77-55. So, you know, a Metro team getting a chance to play another one in a neutral court, and Garfield makes light work of Bellevue. So the championship game pitted Garfield against Capital Christian. It wasn't even close. Garfield ran away with this one, 85-53. Jamon Kemp had a filthy tip dunk at the very end of the game. That one I will have in the link. So Garfield walked away with their first championship of the season. It was a national tournament, so that is something that you love to see. They're coming away with some hardware at the first opportunity. It's a great confidence booster. It's something that the guys can bond with. Having been on that team and the memories of raising that trophy, that's always a special thing. So congratulations to the Garfield boys basketball team. They were the 2017 Rancho Mirage Invitational champions. And it shows that they travel well and that they can get it done on a neutral setting. One of the things that I like to do when I make these is I'm kind of a hoop historian, so to say, for the local scene. It was just something that I always gravitated towards growing up. The reason I got involved to this extent on the channel is because I started keeping score for Garfield Athletics. I was a scorekeeper for the football team this past season and saw them do some pretty amazing things. I want to feature the Tobacco Road of Seattle basketball. It doesn't matter what league these teams are in, they always find a way to compete against each other. They're the ultimate rivals. This would be none other than Garfield, Franklin, Rainier Beach. The Tobacco Road rivalry kind of emulates what happens in North Carolina with Duke, Wake Forest, and North Carolina. The Tar Heels, the Demon Deacons, and the Blue Devils. So the similarities there are super obvious. You have the prestigious Duke. Everybody hates them. Everybody wants to be them. Duke is synonymous with excellence. They have a lot of really, really well-known, programs at the institution, and it's kind of like the Stanford of the South, so to say. That would be none other than Garfield. Garfield is known for their jazz program, which automatically means it's kind of more highbrow. It's known for its AP program. It's where all the and it's also known for excellence in its athletic, obviously with all the state championships in boys and girls basketball. Franklin is the Quakers, and it's just, the Demon Deacons. Are you kidding me? You can't make this stuff up. They must have known. Yeah, so you have the Quakers and the Demon Deacon. They're like too good to be true, right? The pedigree out of Franklin is amazing. Guys like, the likes of Jimmy Haywood, who was an absolute baller in his time. Snow, he was such an amazing player in his time. I remember seeing him do some amazing things down there. Brooks, I can go on and on and on. So you get the idea. We're talking about the cream of the crop in terms of the Seattle hoop scene and what they've produced. And then you have none other than probably the team of the moment right now, just in terms of guys in the league making an impact. Baby Boy doing his thing with the Spurs. Couldn't be in a better situation to learn the game. That would be Rainier Beach in North Carolina. Stylistically, they're the same thing. They're both iconic in their style. The blue and orange, the powder blue and the orange, and the way that their jerseys are, hands down the filthiest jerseys in the state. They're so clean. You got to give Rainier Beach that. They come filthy with the style. Very similar to North Carolina with the Jordan brand. They're always pushing the envelope in terms of their style. Do we need to talk about how many filthy players behind me went to North Carolina? Maybe just the guy, over my shoulder here. He was okay. Those kind of legacies that the city of Seattle produces with our Tobacco Road. Great players all across the board. It's great to see them coming back and paying it forward with, Brandon Roy being the coach of Garfield, Jerry Petty, he's over at Cleveland. It's great to see that the Seattle hoop scene is very healthy. This is basically what we got here, folks. We don't have a team. That was ripped from us. We do have, lucky for us, we have, somebody's son, Raindrops, just to keep the legacy alive. How lucky and privileged. I'm just so lucky to be involved with the program. I've been working really hard this year trying to promote the product that is, I think, a fabulous one, Garfield basketball and Garfield athletics in general. Carol Lynch, their athletic director, has been very accommodating. It's great to be able to have some really cool plans going forward with her and vision I see for the actual athletic program. Trust me, I'm going to tell everybody about all that stuff later. Just wanted to stop in, make a video for you guys. I know it's been a while. Thanks again for watching. This has been Garfield Fan TV, and we'll see you when Garfield comes back and plays Roosevelt. Thanks again for watching, guys.